Jinhsi is finally here in Wuthering Waves, and it's time to give you a quick, simple breakdown guide. We're not going to sit here and read through every single word of her kit. I already have a guide for her like that if you want to check that one out. But this is going to tell you your weapon, echoes, how to play her, everything you really need to know without all that extra hoopla. So let's get into it. Starting with Jinhsi, if you just don't know, she is a main damage dealer. She's your main DPS, and then her other combat role is a resonance skill damage dealer. Her resonance skill and resonance liberation, her ult, do big time damage. That's where you get meat of your damage from Jinhsi. What weapon should your Jinhsi be using? Perfect World, you're running the Ages of Harvest, her own signature 5-star Broadblade. But say you don't have that, you weren't able to get it, you were only able to get Jinhsi. Then run the 5-star Lustrous Razor. This is the 5-star Broadblade from the standard banner. If you happen to have Jiyan's signature 5-star weapon, the Verdant Summit, that Broadblade, you can run that as well on Jinhsi. Then in terms of 4-star options, your best bets are the Broadblade number 41, the Helios Cleaver, or the Autumn Trace. But the Broadblade 41 and Helios Cleaver are slightly better than the Autumn Trace. But if you don't have any of those and you only got the Autumn Trace, it's not the end of the world. Rock that one. In terms of her forte, what should you focus on? Go Forte Circuit first, that's the most important. And then Resonance Liberation and Resonance Skill, as those are the meat of her damage. Then we have her inherent skills. As you level her up, ascend her into higher tiers. We have the Radiant Surge and then the Converged Flash. Make sure you get those. Then you have her stat bonuses of crit rate and attack on both sides. Make sure you snag those for her as you ascend her up. And then, of course, we have intro skill and normal attack in there at the very end. They're just like, hey, they do extra damage, but they're not like the main focus of her kit. In terms of should you get dupes of Jinhsi, I would say it's not really necessary. She's doing fantastic damage on her own. Of course, getting dupes will increase her damage and just improve her overall, but it's definitely not necessary in my opinion. Now for her echoes. Echoes are a very important part of anyone's kit, especially if you've already played games like Honkai Star Rail or Genshin Impact. It's just like relics / artifacts. So what you see here, you're going to want to run a cost format of a 4-3-3-1-1. That's what you're going to want on your Jinhsi. It's the most efficient and best use of all of the echoes. In terms of what Sonata effect, it is Celestial Light. As you can see down here in the bottom right, Celestial Light boosts your Spectro damage. She's a Spectro DPS, so you want Celestial Light Sonata effect. You want 5 different echoes of Celestial Light on your Jinhsi. For the 4-cost echo, you're going to want WUWA. He is the brand new one in the 1.1 update. You're going to have to catch up to the story in order to fight the boss battle to get him and to earn his echo. But if you don't have WUWA yet, you can't get him yet, but you want to run your Jinhsi, the Morning Aches is a replacement option until you're able to come across WUWA. Once you get WUWA, your main stat you're going to be looking for is crit damage or crit rate. Don't worry about the rest. Don't worry about a healing bonus or a defense bonus. Simply worry about getting crit damage or crit rate on your 4-cost. For your 3-cost echoes, it doesn't matter which of the 3-cost echoes you get on your Jinhsi. I will say the Light Crusher is only a Celestial Light type echo at this time. It cannot come out in any other form, while say the Scion Feathered Heron could be a Celestial Light or an arrow damage bonus when it drops. So it is easier to farm just Celestial Light that way on the Light Crusher. But it doesn't matter. Your main focus is you want Spectro damage bonus as your main stat on the 3-cost. For your 1-cost, doesn't matter which 1-costs you end up getting on there, but you're going to want attack as the main stat. In terms of substats, you're going to want things that DPSs want. You're going to want crit rate. You're going to want crit damage. You're going to want energy regen. You're going to want attack percentage. If there's, heavy attack or resonance skill in there, resonance liberation, anything that helps improve her damage, that's your focus. You don't want things like defense or HP. You want to do big boom damage. To really quickly help you out in finding these echoes, if you go into your databank and go down to the Sonata gallery, you can go to Celestial Light. Again, all of these echoes can be dropped as the Celestial Light Sonata effect. The Light Crusher is only Celestial Light, unlike the rest who have multiple versions. But if you're looking for something, say you want to find this 1-cost Hortus, you simply click on it, then you click Detect, and it will show you the closest one to you. You can run over there, beat it, hope it drops an echo that's good for you, and there you go. That works for all of them. With that out of the way, let's discuss what teams you can build, what resonators you're going to use alongside Jinhsi. So Jinhsi is our DPS. The best team is Jinhsi, Varina as a healer / supporter, and Yinlin as a sub DPS / supporter as well. That's the best squad. If you don't have Varina, but you have Yinlin, you can swap in Baiji in order to replace Yinlin. If you have Varina, but you don't have Yinlin, replacements for Yinlin are actually, there's quite a few depending on what you want to do. People run Tao Chi commonly. People run Yanwu as an option. People run Mortifi as an option. And then there is also double DPS kind of thing going on with Spectro Rover and Verena and Jinhsi. Or you can run Jian. She has a lot of fans. I've seen people rocking her. I've seen it work. A beautiful thing about Wuthering Waves is you're able to kind of get away with any team you want to build. It may not necessarily be the most optimal, but if you enjoy using the characters and you're good enough at the combat, you can get the job done. But now let's talk about how to use Jinhsi in actual combat. Depending on who your team is, you're probably going to swap Jinhsi in last after you get the buffs from everyone else on the team. So once you swap Jinhsi in, you can go ahead and pop your Echo, which will bring WUWA out. Then run your 4 basic attack combo. You'll see the resonance skill lights up. You press resonance skill. Then you're going to do another 4 basic attack combo. And then it lights up again. You press resonance skill, and the dragon shoots a beam. Then you can follow that up with your resonance liberation. If you have it charged up, you can just, do more damage if you didn't already kill the enemy you're fighting. But that's it in normal speed. I will slow it down so you can actually see what's happening while we're going. So while you're doing the attack here, you can see that after I do my 4 basic attack combo, the resonance skill lights up as I'm showing you on screen. You'll click resonance skill, which will send you into your, basically think of it as like an ascended state. You have different moves now. It's not the same animations for your attacks. It's going to be the same though. You're going to run a 4 basic attack combo where once again, the resonance skill is going to light itself up and you will then press resonance skill again to launch the beam. It's super simple. When you look at her kit, it certainly is a whole lot to read. And again, feel free to read through that on your own if you want to understand better what's happening. But that's really what you're going to be doing, is just that. Just doing 4 attacks, resonance skill, 4 attacks, resonance skill, then resonance liberation, or then you swap out to another character and restart the whole process. So as you can see, maybe it's not as difficult as you first thought, but this has been a quick, simple Jinhsi guide. I hope this helps you out. If it did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to stop by my Twitch if you want to see live streams. And as always, I hope y'all are staying happy and healthy, having the best of days, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.